I'm Dr. BBQ for firecooker.com. This is the recipe for our firecooker.com signature ribs. And today I'm going to use baby back ribs for this recipe. The difference between the baby back ribs, you can see they've got the curved bone and they come from the top of the hog. It's kind of what I would call a white meat of pork. And it's a nice thing. They cook a little easier. They're nice to serve. People really are impressed by these. They think it's a better rib. I happen to like spare ribs as well, but today we're using the baby back ribs. This is the rub we're going to put on them. This is where you always want to start. There's a lot of nice commercially available rubs, but today I've made this one. It's our firecooker.com rub. It's really great stuff, and you can find the recipe just on our website. I'm going to put some of this on the ribs. Don't be afraid to put some on. You got to give these ribs some flavor. And I also, when I'm making ribs, folks like their ribs a little sweet, so I'll always add a little extra sugar. This is turbinado sugar, sugar in the raw. A little extra sugar right on the ribs. Flip them over and do the same on the other side. Don't be afraid to put some rub on these. Now, I don't rub these the night before because they just don't need to, and sometimes the salt and the extra sugar can have kind of a curing effect on the ribs. So I just do it right before I start cooking. I usually would let them sit for 10 or 15 minutes, but if they go right on, I don't mind. My green egg here is at 300 degrees, set up indirect, just how I want it for cooking ribs. And these are going on right now. It's been about 2 hours now, and the ribs look great. I judge this first session by what they look like. The combination of the smoke, I used a little bit of apple or cherry and hickory on this, and that's the combination that I like. The combination of that and the rub and the heat and the caramelization, look how nice those look. I'm not that worried about the degree of doneness because now I'm going to wrap them up in foil and they're going to get done. On top of the ribs, before I wrap them up, I'm going to add a little flavor. Today I'm going to use a combination of barbecue sauce and jalapeno jelly. People like their ribs sweet, so it's always nice to add something sweet. But today, for these firecooker.com ribs, I'm going to make them a little spicy too with that jalapeno jelly. So you spoon some of this over the top. I mixed these together and warmed them up so they'd be nice blended. Put a nice coating of this on the top. And as I wrap them up, I'm going to add a little bit of apple juice to the package as well, because I don't want it to dry up in there. Just a little touch of apple juice. Apple juice for a barbecue man is kind of like stock. We use it like a chef uses chicken stock. I'll wrap this up in foil and I'll put these back on for about another hour. These ribs have been back on for about another hour. At this point, you got to check them for doneness because you can't just time them. You got to know, and we all like them done a little bit different as well. The way to check them is to feel the meat, press down on it, push it. Don't be afraid to touch it. You're going to eat it anyway. These are looking good. I think they're done. They're done enough for me. So I'm going to move this slab over here to the board. Now when you're serving back ribs, you can serve them in 2-3 bone pieces because the folks can pull them apart. They pull apart pretty nicely. So that's what I'm going to do with this slab. I'll turn it over so I can see the bones. And I'm just going to cut it into 3 or 4 pieces. And this is my serving plate. I think those look pretty good. That's our firecooker.com rib recipe. The recipe's right here on the page with me. There's a button to click and you can print that recipe and take it off and cook it. Send us your recipes too. We want to put yours up here with mine. I'm Dr. BBQ, the pitmaster for firecooker.com.